everybody, what's up? I hope you're doing well because I'm doing rather well on this slightly chilly December Eve. Well, that was a very, very deep entrance. There you go. Okay, so today I have decided to show you my current top 5 favorite series, and this technically is 10, so 5, my top 5 favorite series. This is just current. I have tons of other series that I absolutely adore, and I'll address those later because I don't want to say what they are, and then you'll be like, oh, so that's not in this video. I don't want to spoil the video for you. So I'm just gonna start, and these are not in any particular order since they're my favorites. Like, how on earth could I judge them? But this first series I have to show you is my all-time favorite series of all time, ever. So technically this is the first, even though there's no order for the rest of them. So the first series, or series, that I decided to put together, because they're basically the same, can you guess what it is? It is the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series. And in case you've been living under a rock, allow me to go through the details with you. First one is The Lightning Thief. My friend is borrowing the second one, Sea of Monsters. Hi, Allie. Third one, Titan's Curse. The fourth one, The Battle of the Labyrinth. And the fifth one, The Last Olympian. My favorite one is the third one, The Titan's Curse. And then Rick Riordan came back and wrote kind of like a spin-off continuation series called The Heroes of Olympus, and it looks like this, and it's really very heavy. The first book being The Lost Hero, the second book being The Son of Neptune, the third book being The Moloch of Athena, the fourth book being The House of Hades, and the fifth and final book that just came out recently is The Blood of Olympus. I think my favorite out of this is possibly The House of Hades. That's a really action-packed, good Percabeth Beale story. And action and just epicness. So I will talk about them as I'm putting them back over here on this chair thing. This was my very first young adult series, even though it was not young adult. Everybody who reads young adult has read it, so it might as well go ahead and be considered young adult. Kind of like Harry Potter, why not? Because, a 7-year-old reading that, how do you comprehend it? I don't know, maybe you did, that's fine, I don't care, but, I probably couldn't have comprehended that at such a young age. But it definitely was the start of my reading career, and like you guys know, I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter, so I started with Percy Jackson, so that's Percy Jackson is my Harry Potter. Everybody grew up with Harry, I grew up with Percy. So it has a very special place in my heart, and it's just so funny, and Rick Riordan is just the best, and I learned so much about Greek mythology, and because of that series, I know what I want to do with my life. I know that I want to be a writer and an anthropologist, and maybe a curator for some kind of antiquities mythology museum, and also his Kane Chronicles series. That's not in this video, but that is another one of my favorites. The next series, which I always have this horrible debate in my head. Do I like the Percy Jackson series or this series more? And I just can't answer it. They're just so different. They're so different. I can't answer it, but I might have to. So it's not like this is my second favorite, but it's also kind of my first favorite along with Percy Jackson. There's two first favorites, okay? That's real. The Hunger Games trilogy by the lovely Suzanne Collins, who's mean because she kills everybody. So does Rick Riordan, but especially this one. Or this woman. Oh my gosh. I promise you, when I got all of these favorite books down, I sat here, and as I was sitting up, I just kind of sit there and I was like, I love you. Okay, I'll stop. I don't want to get that stuck in your heads. Okay, so the first one, again, what? Rock, have you been living under The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay? This is absolutely just, so action-packed and amazing, and the romance and the love triangle is just perfect and not stupid and worthless. It's just oh my gosh. It's and then the movie franchise is just absolutely breathtaking, perfect, and brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I don't think you have any idea. I literally don't think you understand how much I love this series. Unless you're in the fandom, then you know exactly how much I love it. I love it as much as anybody could ever love it. My next favorite series just recently hit this list as one of my top 5 favorite series of all time, and that is The Giver Quartet by Lois Lowry. I finished The Giver, and I knew that this series was gonna be something special. I loved The Giver. I loved everything about it. I loved how short it was, and I liked the way it flowed, and I loved all the characters. I loved everything about it, so I'm like, this is not gonna be just another dystopian young adult series. This is gonna be something amazing. And I was correct, and I know this is a common misconception about like how it goes along with each other and are they related? Is it a series? They are not a series. The first book is here. I'm gonna give you the suggested order, which you really should read it in, or else I figured out there's gonna be some spoilers in not in this video, like in some. If you read one before the other, it'll like spoil things in other ones. I'm here to clear this up for you guys. Okay. Here's the order I suggest you read them in: The Giver by Lois Lowry, Gathering Blue, Messenger, and Sun. This is how it's marked on Goodreads. It'll say like The Giver 4 or whatever. Like that's how it's marked, and that's how you need to read it, and I can tell you why. If you read Sun, the last one, before you read this one, it is going to ruin the ending. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't blatantly and just abruptly ruin it. It's just like there's hints and things from here that are in here that you gotta read it in the order I just said: Giver, Gathering Blue, Messenger, and Sun. Every single one was just so amazing, and it was full since they aren't really a series, but they're just companions, they relate in such cool ways. I don't think I can tell you how many times I was like this during this book. I was like, so that's that guy, and he did the thing, and oh my gosh, he's the thing now. Like, oh my god. And then this one, guys, you have no idea. You have no idea, but I'm telling you, read it in whatever order you want. But you do not read this one before this one. Just don't do it. But it's absolutely one of the most amazing and poetic, amazing series ever, and I suggest you read it. So yeah. The next series, which might surprise you guys, I mean, might not after all my raving reviews, but that is the Maze Runner trilogy by James Dashner. My friend is borrowing the first one. Hi, Brittany! This is the second one, The Scorch Trials, and the third one, The Death Cure. I finished the Maze Runner, and I'm like, why does everybody hate it? And I'm like, should I continue? Because everybody says, even if they liked the first one, they're like, it gets worse as it goes on. But the entire time I finished the first one, I was like, I need the second one. Oh my gosh. And it was worth it. Oh my gosh. If you read the first one and you don't know if you should pick up the rest, the answer is yes. Do it. Just do it. Just do it, Nike. But this is just a fantastical science fictional epicness series, just that makes you characters that make you feel feels and plots, and you're just like, oh my gosh. And there's a twist and turn in every single chapter. Every single chapter you're like, but wait, I thought he was like you don't even know. And then I actually forgot to get this one off my shelf. The Kill Order, this one is the prequel series. It's kind of like Star Wars, how he wrote the whole series, Maze Runner, Scorch Trials, and Death Cure, and then decided to come back and write a prequel. That's the Kill Order. You need to read that after this one, after the whole trilogy, because the Kill Order won't make any sense. Like, I mean, I guess it will, but you'll understand it. It'll be a lot more exciting if you read that one first. The number 5 on my top 5 series list is something that might surprise you guys. This last one might have surprised you, like I said, the Maze Runner, but this one actually might surprise you, and honestly, it surprised me a little bit too. The Lunar Chronicles by Miss Marissa Meyer. Even I didn't know. I was like, what am I going to put for number 5? And I was thinking last night, I was like, I'm going to make a video tomorrow, and I'm going to be like, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I knew something that I was going to put, like The Giver and Hunger Games and Percy Jackson. But then I realized how much I freaking love this series. It is just so good. Starting with Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. And oh my gosh, I need winter. I need it freaking bad. Like, where is winter when you need it? I'm in winter right now. Can I please just have winter? The book, like, I need, the ending. I just sat there. I was like, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw the picture, and I was like, what? Whenever I finished it, I posted a picture to like, that cannot be the ending. But I highly recommend this. It's like fairy tale retellings, but science fictions, and robots, and androids, and moon people, and it's just so cool. I promise it's a lot cooler than I just made it sound. I'm not very good at giving synopses. So those are my top 5 favorite series as of right now, I'm sure. I mean, basically, I think you guys have known me long enough to know that anytime I finish a book, it kind of becomes my favorite. But these all just, oh, oh, I love them. So I suggest you read every single one of them. Tell me down below what your favorite series are. I would love to hear your input. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.